Totally ready.
Women in Music 2013.
Test.
All right.
What's up?
You know, I grew up in New York City, and so there was this pulse of the city that was happening, coming out of cars, coming out of boomboxes, coming out of restaurants, coming out of bodegas, whatever. And so I heard all these incredible people mixed with all the things that were like blasting out of the streets, mixed with the classical piano that I was studying, and all of a sudden, you know, that's what music became to me.
I got really lucky, and my best mate, Jack Pignate, asked me to sing backup for him in a radio session. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna try this. Even if it doesn't work out, then I'll just at least have the most amazing memories with my friends.
I was just playing bars in Texas every weekend, just struggling. My dad mostly was paying for me to play places, basically.
When I met my husband, he was 22, and he was this amazing guitar player, and the minute he played this other voice, in order to sing with that kind of raucous guitar, you have to find some other kind of voice. And as soon as he played, that voice came out. I was trying to do something that most people didn't really understand what I was talking about. Olivia Newton-John's a good friend of mine. They say, why don't you just do what Liv's doing? And I'm like, no, you're not getting this. I don't want to date Robert Plant. I want to be him.
Well, we started playing bass, guitar, drums from a very, very young age. The only people I could play music with were my sisters and my mom and dad.
All we did were covers of, you know, classic rock songs, but they let us do one, like, newer song at the time, and it was Hole, Celebrity Skin, and SD took the lead.
I sang lead. Oh, make me over, down, 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 down. I'm all I wanna be.
You know Mad Libs? You guys have Mad Libs?
No.
All right, this will be fun.
Bushy, garden, freezing, nipples. Adjective. I'd like to thank all of my bushy people who supported me through thick and freezing. He believed in my nipples when I was just a babysitter. Thank you from the bottom of my ass. I love this game.
I have scream, get, melt, away, and concrete. So I'm supposed to rap these words, like use them in a sentence or rap them because I'm so confused.
It's a sing music live, bitch.
Every day I wake up, I'm living in a dream, or maybe it's a nightmare. Maybe I should scream. All these bitches know that I'm colder than a blister. When they see me walking by, they don't even whisper. Shit, I don't know how to rhyme concrete with anything.
You remember the first song you actually wrote?
Yeah, it was called I'll Be Waiting. And I wrote it with 3 chords. Dun, dun, dun. Da 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 dun, dun, dun. I'm walking out, haven't got nowhere to run. I'm feeling like I'm hiding from the sun. Everyone's telling me, just take your time. But I haven't got no time to take. I think that was one of the first songs I actually ever thought was incredible. It's just, I wrote it when I was, I think, 14. And I was waiting for something to happen. That's why I called it I'll Be Waiting.
You know, when you start writing at 17, you really don't have, like, a whole lot of stories to write about. Then I asked my dad to teach me 3 chords on the guitar, and I wrote my first song that night, and it was like, okay, this is feeling more right, you know? Because I knew I had something to say, I just needed to find a way to say it.
Wow. Do you remember, what was that first song called?
It was called Take Me Back to Texas.
I got signed and was freaking out because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm a singer. I've just established that maybe I want to be a singer, and now I've got to write, and what have I got to say? And so I kind of went through this complete neurotic like phase of being like, I can't do it, don't know what I'm doing. And then just realizing that you kind of can get things wrong and it's okay, and try again. And
I started writing music pretty young. 11 was the first time I really kind of got out my first song, and 14 was maybe the time I wrote a good song. And so I think that what I just started to identify was the soul in music. It could be Nirvana, it could be maybe Curtis Mayfield, but I could also find soul in Bach, and I could find soul in all these different places. As opposed to there being genres or limitations, it became like, where do you find that emotion? Like, where do you find that connection where you're like, whoa, whatever that sounds like makes me feel something? And to me, that's always been soul music. So you can't say the name? and I have to guess what song
guess
it is.
what song.
All right, here we go.
We're born in the same city, Jay-Z.
Empire State of Mind. Oh, try sleeping with a broken heart. Oh, Woman's Worth.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? But can I sing?
Of course you can
Well,
sing.
then that's gonna be the show to cheating. All right, ready,
just
set,
say the lyrics.
go. Actually, Timbaland and I did it, and it has that great tempo, and it's like bum, bum,
Heartbeat,
bum.
heartbeat, heartbeat.
Okay, heart something.
Heartbreak.
Heart.
Heartburn.
Okay.
Heartburn.
It's like some people
Want
want
it
it.
all, but now don't. I ain't got
The
nothing.
words I don't want everything. Everything means nothing.
If I ain't got you.
Get 1, 2, 3. He got 5. That was good. I mean, I should
I
beat
swear I
you. If
know.
I didn't win my own game, that would be maybe kind of sad.
I have a funny relationship with karaoke where I feel like it's not ever the funnest to have me doing karaoke because, yeah, I'm a singer. No, it's much funner if you're like...
What's your go-to?
Shining, shimmering, splendid. I don't even know the words anymore. Now, when did you last let your heart decide? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Very good.
First time I heard myself on the radio, in my mum's car. I heard it and I was like, what? And my mum blasted it and opened the windows. And I just kind of looked outside and I was listening to myself on the radio. And I didn't feel like it was happening. I did feel a bit like a gangster though, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, for a moment I felt like everything was gonna be all right.
I'd gone to meet my manager and it was the first time I actually met him. And he threw me on stage for like a 15-minute impromptu performance. And I was scared, dude. Like I literally like freaked out, but I went through it and I shook myself off stage. It was terrible, but it was an adrenaline rush. And I just kept doing it after that.
We heard it in the taxi on the way back from the studio when we were in London. And we weren't signed yet, and it was like, brand new song from this girl band named Haim. We're like, it's time, but I don't care.
No.
It was 1979, 78, and the world had not changed yet, but it was on the brink of changing, and we were the daughters of the first wave of women that had gone through the women's movement. So in our minds, there were no barriers, there was nothing in the way, but that's not exactly how the world was. People were not cool, people were misogynistic, and it was disgusting, and, you know, I had more than one record programmer, you know, pat his leg and say, come on, darling, why don't you sit here and let's see if we can get that record played, and I was like, why don't you sit here? Do you want me to talk about each of them?
Yeah.
I had like this maniacal red eyeshadow and this crazy hair. The president of the record company came and told me that if I did not reshoot this cover, he would shelve the record, and I punched him in the face. Oh, my very favorites. This is Tropico. I am so incredibly pregnant in this picture, and so I'm like really upset because the hawk weighs like 8,000 pounds, and the bird kept shitting on me the entire time. Oh, of course, Battlefield, the silliest of all. I had no idea that shaking my shoulders was going to become such a big thing. One of the most gratifying things is that you're like part of people's memories, you know, they equate, you know, they heard that song when they fell in love the first time, or their heart got broken, or they did this or whatever. That's a really great part of what you do, that you know that you're part of the fiber of people's lives.
Particularly for me, it's important to kind of think of music as a catharsis and a means for release, honestly. Art is kind of that way to paint that picture, especially for other people, like who are young and going through what I went through 4 years ago right now, and to tell them, you know, there's a way out. My music particularly, especially with the platform that I've been given and the way that it grows every day as a way to touch people, to teach lessons, to say, you know, I've been here, I don't give a, you know, I don't care. Life goes on, everything gets better.
You know, people always joked about, you know, my dog died and my wife left me and I'm drinking a whiskey, but that's kind of reality. Even the bad days are what inspires me more than the good days sometimes. When somebody comes up and says something that you wrote really touched them or changed their life or pushed them to be better in some way, then that's why you do this.
I had lots of people coming up to me saying, thank you, you've really improved my sex life. So I was like, wicked, love that. And when you hear people singing your song at the concert, it's still the most exciting thing.
I only hope to be as iconic as I am in my mind, honestly. So I make the music that I love, and I make the music that I know will reach the people that I intend to. If I ever had to have a definition of success, it'd be that. Constantly reaching the people who need it.
It has been such an incredible journey, and there's so much that I have learned and so much that I'm continuing to learn. And Girl on Fire just really represents like claiming your own space, claiming my own space, claiming my own womanhood, and just follow my path, you know, go down my road.
Okay. We are Hayam, and we'll kick your ass.
My name's Jessie Ware, and I like to eat a lot.
My name is Miranda Lambert. I'm a lover of music, lover of animals.
Hi, I'm Angel Hayes, and I'm that bitch.
My name is Rita Ora. I'm a singer, I'm a lover, I'm a fighter, I'm a dancer.
Hi, I'm Pat Benatar, and I'm a wife, mother, daughter, and an ass kicker.
My name is Alicia Keys, and I am unlimited.
Yeah, it's women.
Women,
right?
not women.
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 Women. Women. Women. Women. Okay.